Hey, 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 beautiful people. It is 10:01 on January 5th, 2013. I uh I held off on doing a video yesterday. I wanted to see kind of what all was going on and try to get a better understanding, comprehension of it myself. Uh we've watched the everything calm down until this morning, and when I say everything, I'm talking about um, global events. I'm talking about the solar flares, earthquakes, the whole gambit of what many of us have been uh, talking about, posting on, and seeing in the news for so long now. And the earthquakes just started up this morning, right as the solar flares increased. But the level of the light that so many of us have been feeling um, since, well, for the past 3 to 4 days, since the beginning of the year. Um, and actually, even before that, it really started. I want to say it was the 22nd or something. My memory's just, it doesn't really matter because all time's in the now. Yeah, so it doesn't matter to me. I don't log it in. Anyway, there's something that um, has been brought to my attention that seems to be directly related to the intensity of the light that so many of us are feeling right now, and it's called the cosmic ray um, scale. It's something that's being measured, and Suspicious Observers is got links to it on some of his videos. But that was the one thing that was still increasing, as everything else seemed to be toning down. And although we could feel these extreme high levels of light for those of us that are attuned to that and feeling like we're getting supercharged, um, we could find nothing else that would relate to it other than the possibility of so many persons that have activated their heart chakras and are holding the highest light. So, anyway, it's the cosmic ray density, and we're peaking out. Uh, I think Suspicious said it was 102 was the top that he's noticed on the scale, and we're sitting at 101 right now. And so that's pretty cool. And that gives us something to watch. There was an article that came out in the scientific journal just here these past days talking about the magnetic beams that are coming from the galactic center 35,000 light years away that we're just now getting into. And this might be the same as the cosmic rays. I don't know. But it was interesting to see, having everything else still, the CMEs, the earthquakes, the everything but the global step up from the planetary alignment December 21st, and being able to witness a very intense increase in the energies, but with no other scenarios causing it. So anyway, I think that's what it is. I think it's the cosmic ray densities that are being measured. That is what we're feeling. Man, this light is intense. I don't care how you define light, whether it's visible light or what we're feeling on the interior, but it is certainly intense. There are many persons that are saying that they're still not feeling it inside their bodies. And as I look at many of these individuals and their patterns, their history, and what they're looking at, many of them are concerned with the exterior illusion. If you watch what they're posting on, it's about the chemtrails or how bad the government is, or all the different catastrophes, Fukushima and the oil spill and all that. And as long as you keep focused on that, your perceptions are on the illusion. And you have to change your perceptions to be able to absorb this high light coming in. Yes, many of us were focused on those things for the awakening of humanity and say, hey, people, look what's going on. But so many of us know that the time has come for us to put our focus in a different direction. And that's on where we're going. And where we're going all has to do with this light that's incoming. Light is information. Light is spirit. Light is frequency. Light is light. Light is love. Light is God. And it is that same incoming light, these cosmic rays, these magnetics that are coming in, that is changing everything. And if we focus on the absorption of that, which requires us to raise our frequencies by changing our perceptions, by being focused inside, by being heart-centered rather than head-centered, and by feeling instead of thinking. As long as we make those changes, then we can hold more and more of this light and be able to use it. Then it becomes, what are your dreams? What would you like to bring into manifestation? And holding that divine thought, the divine vision, and speaking it forth and feeling it from your heart as it's already happened, then by doing that, then you can start to bring your dreams into manifestation. There are many people who whose dreams they're going to have to physically work on. They're going to have to have that dream of what they wish to do, just like, say, inventing something. And then they've got to put it out to the field to be able to have a possible solution for what they wish to invent and bring to the world, to come in a concept, an understanding of how to do that. And then they've actually got to go take it from that point into defining it, into putting it down on paper, or into building it, and into how to gather the people to make that dream come into fruition. And everybody's dreams are going to be different. Mine is to ascend Earth, humanity, in this universe. That's not so much hand-on as it is holding the highest light and keeping that thought and vision and speaking it forth to invoke it and feeling it as it already happened. That's my dream. And to step into the highest possible powers that we have, our magical abilities, our avatar powers, which many people are starting to step into and experience now. This light that's incoming can be used for all types of things, like healing, or like just all kinds of things. It just goes on and on and on, and there's no need to try to list it all out. But sooner or later, there'll be enough of us holding this highest light that we'll be able to join together and really use our powers for cleaning up Mother Earth, for solving some of the pollution problems that we've got going on, just like Fukushima or the Gulf oil spill, or some of these red tides, or the chemtrails in the air, and all different types of things. And we can change all this, and we will change it all with our divine thought as a collective. When everybody starts understanding who they truly are as great spiritual beings, by going through their process and realizing that they are these great spiritual beings with massive amounts of power and absolute abilities to make change. And then we'll come together and we'll shift many of these critical things going on around the planet. there's all kinds of things that's getting ready to happen, and there's still a lot of cleanup that we've got to do with you know, our government and the political system, the military machine, and the banking system, and hopefully we can get rid of this banking system and deal with no money anymore. Because if we use silver or gold, it's just going to be amassed by the same people that have amassed and controlled the banking system and the monetary system now. We don't really need a monetary system. What we need is people doing what they do best and what they wish to do, their dreams. And by doing that over and over and over, creating their abundance and then sharing it with other people that are doing the same things, and then we all end up with everything that we could ever need or want or desire. I know that's a concept that many people might have a little difficulty with at this time, but that's where we once were long ago, and we're going back there. Sooner or later, this light that's incoming, that we're feeling, that I'm discussing here, we will start manifesting instantly. We'll be able to create anything we so desire. We'll be able to dematerialize, rematerialize. We won't need food as such. There's so many friends that are complaining about, you know, others not being vegan and eating meat and what that does to the animals, but still we're getting our energy from plants. Otherwise, we can get our energy from this light. We've got to make that transition, and that transition starts with our perceptions, with what we believe is true and what we believe can be. And we've got to change those perceptions to make any changes within ourselves, and we've got to change ourselves before we change the exterior illusion that's going on in front of us, and before we change humanity. And Ascension's a pretty cool thing. And we're right in the middle of it right now, and it's so neat to see all the various levels that are playing out, and how it affects everyone differently. There's so many people that are on so many different levels, and it's just like the individuals that believe that Earth is now fourth dimensional and they're fourth dimensional too, they're playing fourth dimensional games. And fourth dimension is still a part of the head ego and being thought oriented rather than feeling oriented. And sooner or later they start merging with their monadic self instead of their soul self, which the soul self is fourth dimensional. And when you activate your heart chakra and your great magnetic toward field around you, you're merging with your monadic self, which is many 144 different souls in the soul group times 2, having the twin flames of each, and all the various soul groups that are part of the monad. And so it's all a part of remembering, putting back together the dismemberment, and it's all different levels of frequency. And when people step into the fifth dimension, when they shift from the thinking about everything and move into their heart, they're truly empowering themselves at that point. And that is when you can really utilize this light. That is when this light really starts transfiguring the body. And like I said before, you will go through a major detox as you go through your process. You've got to lose densities that are in perceptions, as well as, you know, the chemical toxification that's in the body. And it's a process. It's a long process that, you know, I think a lot of people are just now starting to get into. And for me, it took me 10 years to do, but I don't think it'll take persons now to go through their process near the amount of time that it took me, because the levels of light and the levels of vibration here on planet just weren't suitable for that in the years past, and now it is. And so it's going to be much easier for everyone who's following. Anyway, that ends this video for today. Love you all. Bye for now.